Okay, good morning everybody. It's Saturday,
27th.
July 27th. Another hot day in northern Nevada. We're out in the garage again today, soldiering through the heat because we're just like that. Switching gears a little bit today. As you all know, it's been shown in the past that one of the things that we do here from time to time, if we find the appropriate subject, is we will buy a car, need some stuff, and we will flip it, make a few bucks, and move on. That's actually one of the ways that we finance a lot of the little projects that we do here. So we've kind of run across a vehicle that is a prime candidate for that. We will be working on that today, and actually there'll probably be a several video series because this looks like it's kind of an involved project. It'll be a new project for me. I've never been into one of these before, so we've got the book out and we'll take it apart and see what we got. So with that being said, for the time being, we've moved our bug out for a little bit, and we have this in the garage. So what we have is we have a 1999 Jeep Grand Cherokee, which would be a WJ series. Very, very clean vehicle. It has 110,000 miles on it. Good tires. Other than one rip in the driver's seat, the interior is very nice in here. It is a limited, so it's leather. Got all the power options, CD changer, power sunroof. Nice vehicle. Very nice. Another Craigslist find, if you will. This woman owned this vehicle, and she had some problems with it. Bought a new car, and to make a long story short, we've ended up with it. Like I say, it's a very nice car. The exterior's in very nice shape. Original paint. We actually even have a Carfax on it. No damage ever. Mileage is fairly low for one of these. So along the ideas of flipping vehicles, Jeeps are very easy to sell, and in this area they actually seem to consistently sell over and above book value, sometimes quite a lot over. So with the low mileage on this one, perfect candidate. But the thing is, with this 99, Camera Girl is actually pretty enamored with it. So I'm kind of thinking what we'll probably end up doing, rather than flipping this one, is we'll get this one going, get it fixed up, and kind of give this to her and take the 95 Grand Cherokee ZJ that she has now and sell that or do something with that. So that's kind of what we're thinking. Okay, the issue with this vehicle is it has blown head gaskets. When we went to look at the car, of course the battery was dead, been sitting for a while, didn't run, but the story is she had some overheating problems with it, and as you can see, somebody's been doing some work. She had a friend of hers do some work on it. It does have a new radiator. It's got a new fan clutch, a couple other little parts, which I'm just suspecting was too little too late. She said they put these in, and after a while it was okay. Then one day it overheated and quit, and that was basically the end of it. She had it towed to the local Jeep dealer. They diagnosed it as head gaskets. She said, you know what? for the money that they quoted her to repair this, she says that's just silly and I'm not going to do that. So she bought a new car and had this one towed back home, and it sat in her driveway. So the thing is, well, like I say, the battery was dead. She was asking $1,500 for the car. I just basically explained to her that I wasn't comfortable with that, not being able to start it or operate it and just kind of looking around. I mean, it was clean and everything. So at the end, we ended up with this for a $900 investment. She says, you know what, I could probably get more for that, but I just don't want to deal with it, and I'd like it out of my yard, so you go ahead and tow it away. So we have it for $900. That's what we have invested in this thing. Average vehicles like this seem to be selling in this area for anywhere from $3,500 to $500 or $5,000, depending on the car. Like I say, they do seem to go for above book value consistently. And as we come into the fall of the year, probably we could get pretty good money for this. But I don't think that's what we're going to do. I think Camera Girl is going to end up with this one. So, but that would put us in prime position if we did decide to sell the other one. Because like I say, she has one now, a little bit older one. But it is not as nice. It's a Laredo. It is not as nice a vehicle as this. And this one actually does have a little bit better style to it. So, we got it home. Dropped it off the trailer out here in the yard. We jump started it with the cop car. It fired right up. It was quiet. It moves forward, it moves backwards. Everything seems to work with no issues, other than the fact that after it ran for a few minutes, the smoke started missing fairly badly. Shut it off and went to restart it to move it into the garage, and it had already hydrolocked at least one cylinder. So we definitely have coolant passing internally somewhere. I would kind of agree with the assessment that it is head gaskets. We'll find out because we're going to take it apart. This is a 4.7 liter PowerTech V8. It's overhead camshafts. And just reading, I've never had one of these apart before, so this is a little bit new for us. Just kind of reading up in the manual that there's 3 timing chains in the front of this thing. You got a crankshaft to idler chain, and then you have a left and a right camshaft chain driven off the idler. So we need to get all that apart, take the front cover off, and start working our way down. After we get some of this stuff off and out of our way, we will do a compression test on this and see if we can kind of pinpoint maybe the cylinders that our problem is in. That would be the best thing to do for a start. So that's what we'll be messing around with this weekend. This battery is about as dead as a battery can be. We'll take this out of here, put it on the charge, and we'll give it a shot, but I'm kind of suspecting that that's not going to be usable. So we'll see. But overall, it did come with a bunch of receipts for work that she's done with it. I think the lady that did have this did try to take care of it. She has, had a lot of stuff repaired on it. So, and it does look overall like it's in pretty decent shape. So I think this would be, a good one. So we'll see. So we'll get going on this. We'll take some stuff off, and we'll bring you back. Okay, so later on Saturday, we've been working on our Jeep here, kind of working along. It's a interesting project. Lots of parts and pieces to take off and disconnect. It's very, very busy under the hood. A lot of stuff going on. So we've just been kind of slowly working away on it, methodically doing this and that. We did take a break for a while this afternoon and went over to our local U-Pick salvage yard, and we got a couple little plastic pieces that were missing on the inside, and we did get a one piece of quarter panel trim for the For the back, that's broken. And we got a radio and an antenna for the 95 Jeep. That'll be nice to have a radio in that. The radio that's in it wasn't working and the antenna's broken, so we got one of those. Hood release cable for that too. I don't have to pull it with pliers anymore. So that'll be good. So probably later on tonight we'll throw that stuff in. I don't know if think we'll video it. That doesn't seem really that interesting. So, but anyways, let's take a look at our project. Camera Girl has been helping me all day. Like I say, she's very enamored with this Jeep, so she's out here helping me, and that's actually kind of fun. It's nice to spend time with family when you're working on your project. I like it. Anyway, some people don't. The heat has not subsided at all today. If anything, it's more humid now than it was when we started. But, you know, I get to the point with the heat, I don't like it. But it's one of those kind of things, it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to sit inside in the air conditioning, or you kind of come out, you're going to sweat a little bit, but you get something done. So, we're trying to get something done. But I've had about enough for today. Like I say, I think once the sun goes down a little bit out there, it's about 7:15, so another hour or so. Once the sun starts to go down out there and it shades up, I'll throw some parts in the other Jeep and continue with a somewhat productive day. So, let's take a look at our progress that we've got so far. We've taken, of course, the radiator and shroud fan assembly out. Got that off. Got a clutch fan off. We've removed the alternator. We've taken the power steering pump off. We've started disconnecting harnesses and getting them out of the way. We have to still have to come over here. We'll take our AC compressor loose, and we'll take that over and get that out of the way. Take some stuff off here and make some room for ourselves to get down there and do some work. Did have one piece that broke off. I have a hard time with these Western vehicles out here, because what happens is, of course, you know, as you can see, they don't rust. You know, the underside of this one, actually, after being up under it a little bit, it looks just like the top side. It doesn't rust. But what happens is, all this little stuff here, like the little tabs on the connectors and stuff like that, you get very, very brittle. And pipes, like this is a PVC pipe here, and on the other end of it, it goes actually into our intake manifold. So that, I mean, you just touch it and it just snaps right off. You know, you try to pull the rubber hose off it and the little nipples break off. All the, you know, the lock tabs for connectors and stuff like that, I mean, you just touch them and they just shatter. They're very, very brittle. So that's just one of the things that you have to deal with this kind of stuff. We got looking at the Carfax a little bit on this vehicle. This vehicle was originally a California car. I don't know whether they call this a car or a truck, to be honest with you. I guess I'll stay with car, I guess. I don't know. It's like a city Jeep. But anyways, it was originally a California vehicle. And then it spent some time in Arizona before making its way to Reno with one owner and then the lady that I bought it from here. So we're actually the 5th owner of this vehicle. So, a little history on it. That's kind of cool. But, like I say, going right along, I found a lot of stuff from previous repairs, you know, nuts missing, bolts missing. The shroud was held on to the radiator with cable ties. You know, the bolts were missing. Kind of an interesting setup for the cooling. I'll show you that quick. Table of parts here. This is our clutch fan, which goes, you know, directly onto the water pump, you know, in the fan clutch. So, but the way it goes in, of course, you know, our clutch fan is here, and the electric fan is right in front of it, mounted to the shroud inside there. So that's a little different, I guess. I mean, let's just say it's different for me, because I've never had one of these apart, and I'm not you know, the newer Chrysler stuff I've never really worked on that much. I'm more of an old guy as far as Chrysler. So it's all new and different for me. So it's kind of interesting, following along. But it's a very, very busy engine compartment. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of piping, hoses, connectors, wiring. But it all, you know, kind of lays out in the logical, so there shouldn't be any problem putting it back together. Okay, so at the end of a few hours working on it on day 1, that's where we are. So there you go. We'll see what we get done tomorrow, and I'll throw up another video, or if, you know, it's really, really hot and we don't feel like it, maybe we'll work on it some nights this week. In no hurry to get it done. I'm just kind of taking our time, being methodical, trying to, you know, sort it out and do a good job. I do have the headlights out of it. The headlights need to be sanded and done, so we're just there's actually just one bolt and they slide right out. So we went ahead and popped them out. Camera girl's all about helping, so that'll give her something to do. She can, before I get a bunch of parts for her to clean, she can sand headlights. So she's all about that. We'll sand those and put a coat of clear on them. So there we are. So not a bad day, I guess. Got something done anyways. It was actually a good day at the salvage yard. The 95 Jeep, which we've never shown on here, I don't think, has the hood is damaged. I think the hood has been overextended. It's been opened too far. So both of the back corners by the hinges are tweaked, and the hood is, you know, rippled pretty good. And both front fenders are damaged on that. The one on the passenger side is damaged by the back of the fender, by the door, and the one on the driver's side has a pretty good crease on the flare over the top of the tire. But as we're wandering around out there today, we did kind of wander past one 94 Grand Cherokee, same color, same pinstripe, a Laredo, as well as our 95, and the hood and the passenger front fender on that vehicle are good, with no issue. So I'm kind of thinking about maybe tomorrow, maybe I'll do it early before it gets really hot. I maybe go back out and I may grab that hood and I may grab that fender, and that will be 2 repaired panels on that Jeep. And that will actually just leave that one dented fender on the driver's side, and we'll be good. For the money that you spend at these, I mean, by the time I get all done, I think I priced them out. Those 2 panels will be $100. And, you know, by the time you fix the hood, you fix the fender, paint it, you know, stuff like that, you'll have way more than that into it, you know, in your time and materials and stuff like that. So, like I say, I may just go out and grab those panels and have them for that, and that'll get that part of that one fixed up fairly easily, just a matter of changing them out. So we'll see. All depends what tomorrow brings, what time Sunday's my kind of leisure day, so we'll see what time I get up. We'll go get some breakfast and see what we feel like after that. So, anyways, appreciate you guys watching as always, and, you know, down below when you get done, feel free to comment. I love the comments, good or bad. We take them all. And please, you know, thumbs up, thumbs down. We got a thumbs down guy running around here too, but you know what? It's all good. Nobody loves everything that everybody does. So you want a thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, and please subscribe if you haven't. We're always into all kinds of interesting stuff here at the Time to Tinker Garage. So until our next video, as always, take it easy.